All right, we're going to be putting up a 12 by 20 metal tubing A-frame carport. We already got the bows laid out. We don't have them pinned in place. We'll come back and show you how to do that here in a minute. But right now we're laying the trusses out. The first step is you need to make sure the truss is 12 foot from outside to outside. It's right there on the money, so this one is good. All right, the next step is we're going to be putting that collar tie in the center. We're just making sure it's even on each side. He's pulling a measurement. It's, what's the measurement?
53 1/4 inside.
53 1/4. We already got this one right, but we're going to just measure to that side. 53
1/4.
53 1/4. And then we're going to go ahead and pin it in place. All right, now we've got our corner bracing on there, and we're just showing the measurement. We're going from the top of the truss down there to the edge of the C bracing at 20 3/4, and make sure the other side's 20 3/4. Yep, it is square. All right, now he's got this side screwed off. He don't screw the bottom right now. We'll show you that part later. He's got 2 screws in the top of the truss, and he's got 2 screws in the leg, and he's got the top of the collar tie screwed off. We just screwed it off on one side right now. We're going to take and flip the truss here in a minute and screw the other side. And he's finishing the other side the same way. We pulled the same measurement to 20 3/4 to make the true square on it. All right, now we just flip the truss over and we just screwed the other side. Once again, don't screw the bottom. We got 2 screws in the leg, 2 screws in the C bracing, 1 screw on each side on the collar tie, and then the same other side, just repeat. All right, now we got them all lined up. We're just lining the trusses up, lining the corner bracing up and the collar ties up, and we're just screwing them together. This is our last one. All right, we got them all screwed on one side. Now we're just taking and flipping them over and then pinning them on the other side. We're just taking, putting them on top of each other, and like I say, don't have to worry about lining this side up because it's already pinned on the other side, and he's just screwing it in the same place again. Two screws in the leg. He does 2 screws in the top of the C channel, 1 screw in the collar tie, and then repeat on the other side. All right, we got the base is pinned down now. We're measuring outside. We got that side pinned down. That side pinned down is exactly 12 foot to the outside. We're going to check the other side. Make sure it's 12 foot. I know it is. We had to put a pin in it because it kept moving on us. We don't have a pin in that side yet, but that side's exactly 12 foot. Now we got to check it for squareness. We went ahead and pinned this side because it kept wanting to move on us a little bit, and he's just holding it from the same place. And it's 140. What was the measurement?
273 1/2.
273 1/2. And he's just holding the same place to make sure it's square. And it's 273. Yep. All right, now we got them finished pinning down. We had to take a sledgehammer and beat this side down in the ground. We actually had to get the anchor, the drill bit with the masonry bit to get them started in the gravel, because this gravel's been compacted a lot over the years. But that's a pretty good trick. Now we're ready to start putting up the bows and the legs and the trusses that we built over there. All right, now we got the bases all fastened down. All we're doing is just standing the trusses and the legs and everything up together. They just get them started and wiggle them down. Then all we gotta do is just repeat process till you get them all in. Now we got all the trusses in place. Like I say, we're gonna end this video, go grab some dinner, and then come back. We've only worked on it probably an hour, but it's took us 4 hours to get to this point because this is during business hours, and we've had customers coming in and out, just part of it. But anyways, this is the frame of the 12 by 20 A-frame, and part 2 we're going to be putting on the hat channel, the eave trim, and putting the metal on.
All the legs level. What we've done, we came up, you need to find the high side first, and this right here is the high side. So you can make it whatever you want to make it, but we just went up 43 inches and we made a mark. All right, then we came down to the next one and we made a mark at 43 inches again.
That's
and
from the top of the base rail.
Top of the base rail up 43
Yep.
inches. We done each leg down through those same, all the legs around we done at 43 inches. Now then, what we done, we took and put our level here. We used a line level. This is the, gosh, you can buy them for $2 and something other, whatever. But anyway, you put the line level on it, and then you pick this post up till it gets level, and then you screw it in there. Go down to the next one, do the same thing on the corner. You put the line level on it, you pick that post up until it gets level, and you screw it. Then once you get all 4 corners done, you come back and you've got these marks here, and all you got to do is pick that up to the mark. Same thing on these 3 here. Get them down, and you've got it made.
Yep. See, this side's dead on level too. So now all we're doing is just picking up the leg.
Yep. We'll pick the legs up, and he can screw it, and that's all there'll be to it. All right, right there.
Yep.
Okay.
You get
now,
the four corners right
Yep.
and level,
now
and then you just come back and pick the leg up to the string.
right there. All right, this right here's the last one. Right there.
Nice. Now we leveled all the 4 corners up. We got bracing on all the corners. We leveled that end up, and then we just went ahead and put the hat channel up. We marked it. We evened the hat channel up, each gable end, and then we just marked the hat channel with a mark to the center of the base rail. That way we can get the same dimension up top as it is down below, and that way everything will be square. You can see how we marked it, but we done got a few pieces of hat channel screwed on top, and then we just gotta do the same process for the other side. All right, we've got all the hat channel put on top. We put the hat channel, it worked out. We put ours a little closer than 2 foot on center. These carports, you can go up to 30 inches. I think that's a little much, but that's what they're designed for. We put the eave trim up first. We're gonna put the eave trim on both sides. Eave trim, real simple to put on. You just flush it with the outside. You'll screw it to the post. You'll try to get the bottom side level and the top side plumb. And then we just took a little bit of duct tape and held it in place until we put the metal panels on it. The metal panels will be on it in a little bit, and screws will be going through that to hold it in place. Okay, we didn't show the screwing down the corner bracing on the other side in the video, so basically all we're doing is just sticking a level on it. I think all of them's pretty close. That one's pretty much dead on it, so we're just gonna pin, if you've got to push or pull it, this is the time to do it. You can take and drive that C channel up to push out, or you know, sometimes you might take a ratchet strap and hook a ratchet strap down there to the bottom and you can pull it that way. But we're just going to take and get all the legs plumb, and then we're going to take and screw them down. All right, we got the first panel on. Fixing to put the panels on now. All we did, you can't even it up. Well, you can see this one's square, and if you got to square it a little bit, you always got to run the panels even on the end. I took me a mark against the eave trim. Took me a mark on the eave trim, 2.5, and then 2.5 on this side, and just made it square. And then all we did is just made a mark, and we ain't got the bottom pin completely yet, but we just took and screwed the bottom and screwed the top. We'll get our tape measures that make our marks. That way our screws will be in the center of the hat channel. But we've got the first panel in place. I just take and screw the bottom and screw the top, and then later we'll come back and put a chalk line and make a chalk line on the other hat channel and then screw them. You'll see that later in the video. All right, we got to the end now, and we need a 24-inch piece to finish off right there from the center to the end of the building. And you gotta have, you gotta cut, this is just a trick of the trade. One of my contractors actually showed me this, but you gotta have a place to follow, and you can cut it on the high rib, you can cut it either side expansion joint, but you just need something for the razor knife to follow. I went and put a good score up through there, and this is 23.5, so it's gonna be just a 1/2 inch back from the gable, but the rake will cover it. And then after you get it scored real good, you just take and fold it over, break it off. You can do a 8-foot, 9-foot panel by yourself. When you get around 12, 13, 14 foot, you need somebody to help bend it over and hold it. But you just take and bend it to where that where you got it cut at, and just bend it a little at a time. You can hear it popping. That's it. Just have to, this is my good piece, so, but it's gonna, all right, we got the carport done now. We was putting the panels on a little earlier, but like I say, we didn't have a chance to film the remainder steps. But all you do is put the rake trim on first, cut it the same pitch as the roof, which is a 312, line it up in the center, put the rake trim on both ends, and then put the ridge cap on there. Just line the ridge cap up in the center and just run it down through in the center, and it's a completed carport. Give us a call, 704-872-6098.